Hello and welcome to Coffee with Keystyle. My name's Adrian Cockings.
And I'm Avril Keegan.
And welcome to the first ever episode of Coffee with Keystyle. This is a brand new show that we're going to be trying to bring out every single week. It is a nice laid back conversation where we talk about real estate, properties, Spain in general, areas of interest, and we're going to give you guys some stories and some tips and tricks and things like that as well.
Yeah, looking forward to it.
Definitely looking forward to it. So to start off with, my name's Adrian Cockings. I've actually lived in Spain for about 18 years. My family have actually had properties for all my life, basically. I still remember actually when I was 6 months old, I was in Torrevieja hospital with chickenpox. And my brother actually put dot to dot with all the spots that were on my head.
Of course he did.
So I've been in Spain for a long time. I've grown up in Spain, and Spain is like, I don't know, it's in my blood, to say the least. But I've actually lived in Spain for more than half my life.
That's crazy to think.
Yeah. For more than half my life. So I love Spain. I love the region of Murcia where I live. But that's just me. What about you?
Well, I'm not the same exactly, but I have been here for quite a chunk of time, 10 years. I'm 33, got married. God, I probably should not have mentioned this. I don't remember how many years now.
Oh, you're on the spot.
Is it 6?
6 years, coming up for 7.
Yes.
2019,
God, that's
you got
awkward.
married.
Hey, Ralph. No. I never thought, I always thought I'd, for example, get like married in France and move to France, and that was like my life. That's where I grew up.
Because you grew up in France.
Yeah.
Well, you didn't grow up in France, but you had
Summer
holiday homes and
was that,
yeah.
And then obviously fell in love, moved here. Worked for 7 odd years in teaching and then joined Keystyle. Even before joining Keystyle, I moved here full time. I was renting before then, so it's been an experience. It's been an experience, and I'm so glad I did it. It was ups and downs, of course, as there is with everything, but
This is one thing that I love about speaking with clients, especially, and you probably have the same thing. Whenever we go out with clients and we're getting to know them and trying to understand their stories, it's fascinating. It really is. I enjoy it speaking with these people, speaking with the clients, and speaking about our life that we've got here.
Yep.
And the journey that we've been through, but then they're just starting their journey
Yeah.
now. And that's actually a really cool thing. We actually helped a client, when did they complete? 1st of February, I think, or 1st of March. And they are so excited to be here in Spain.
Yeah.
So excited. And we're getting to see their story and their journey unfold, and they live up the road from us. So it's really cool to see them on a daily basis, or weekly basis, really.
Yeah.
And they're saying, well, we did this, and when we went here, and we did this. And
discovered
it's like,
this and that. Yeah,
That's
it's
just
not.
really
It's the
nice.
nice part of it. The
It
beginning.
is. It's a nice thing because obviously where we live, we live in the region of Murcia, so it's about an hour south of Alicante, and this is something you probably have as well. If you talk to your friends or family and they ask where you live, you say Murcia. Where's that?
Every time. Not so much anymore.
It's getting more known, which is
Yeah.
good, but Murcia is definitely that hidden gem. I feel like it is a hidden gem. The whole region, obviously, it's got different areas in the region that people focus on more.
Yep.
But it's a really, really nice area. But it's an hour away from Alicante, so we're not far.
No, but you also then have the Región de Murcia airport as well.
Yes, another one.
So you do. Everyone knows Alicante Airport. One of the easiest airports to get into, really, in
think-
this part of Spain.
Easiest, easiest definitely. I mean, probably the cheaper options as well. I've noticed that in the region of, the Murcia airport, they have got good flights.
Yeah.
It's not to every location that Alicante does, but it's got some flights in there. For us, we're 10 minutes away, 12 minutes away from the airport, so it's really close, but it's more expensive, I find. And as with my family, if we travel, it's always with 4 passengers, so we're going to be paying a lot more than if it was just myself going. But Alicante just seems like half the price.
Yeah, it is. But then again, it depends on where you're coming from and where you're going to. So if you're coming here, ideally, if you do have flights into Murcia, it's so handy.
Yeah.
If you don't have a car that you've left in the car park, or
True.
you just need to get a little taxi to
It's close by.
Yeah.
It is close by. And now we got Uber.
Yeah.
Uber now exists in Spain. There was a controversial thing going on about 7 or 8 years ago with the taxis in the city centers of Madrid and Barcelona, but that's kind of been overturned, but not, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
So that's for another podcast, definitely for another podcast. But yeah, we live in the region of Murcia. More specifically, we live on a golf resort called El Valle Golf Resort. The reason I actually chose this resort is my parents moved here first.
Yeah.
So my parents moved here 18 years ago, almost 19 years ago, and they gave me the option: come to Spain, find a job, have yourself maybe a year where you can just find yourself a little bit. I was 16 at the time, and I took the option, and I loved it. And honestly, within the first year, I knew that this is where I wanted to be. I wanted to be in Spain for sure, but the region of Murcia was 100% where I wanted to be. And El Valle definitely made it easier for me because it was a real safe place. It was tough at the start because I was one of 3 teenagers.
Yeah.
So
So
if
there
I
weren't many.
weren't many, if I fell out with one, I was stuck with the other. So it was kind of like pick or choose, really. But as soon as I got my driving license at 18, that was it. I was away exploring the region, going to other places as well. But for me, Murcia has always been home.
Yeah. Definitely. It hasn't always been home for me. It's grown to be my home, which is probably the difference between you and me.
Yeah.
I mean, when I first came here, thankfully, my husband had a lot of friends, including Adrian. So it was very easy for me to integrate. So I do understand it's not always that easy for people to move over and find a life here. But the people, genuinely, in Murcia especially, are just so welcoming and warm, and their humor as well is so easy to get on with. But it did grow to be my home, and not just because of my husband, but my friends, the people you meet, the regions you go to. There's so much variety.
Yeah.
Even in Murcia alone, there's things that you didn't even know were here, and you've discovered them, and you're like, what? I've been living here for 10 years. How have I not discovered this yet?
I think if people move to Spain, not necessarily holiday makers, but if you move to Spain, it's so important to not integrate, but just explore.
Yeah.
Exploring is honestly, you discover so many things that, like you said, you had no idea actually existed. And it's something that you were like, oh my God, I got to do that again. I want to do that again. I want to go there again. And it's nice. I mean, for me, Spain it's part of me. You know, I've been in Spain longer than I was in the UK. So
That's so crazy to think about, honestly.
I just have this feeling. I mean, I created the Spanish show specifically for sharing things that I love about Spain. But, Coffee with Keystyle, this is more about real estate, but it's not going to be just always real estate. It's about the love of Spain as well.
Yeah. And it's also the little parts around buying a house that are not really talked about enough, I feel.
Yeah, I feel like Murcia is, we've said it before, it's that hidden gem. And I don't want to tell too many people about it. I want it to be a hidden gem. But I do, obviously, with tourism and everything, you do want to share these things with people because you know that they're going to enjoy it as well.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, some of the restaurants that are around us within a 10-kilometer radius, we've got some incredible restaurants.
And some of them in places that you'd be like,
Are you sure?
This is where you want me to go? You're driving down, you're like, I think I've gone the wrong way.
Yeah, this is food poisoning galore.
And then you walk in the door and it's like...
It's just night and day for outside. And it's the locations. I mean, it'll be a random village where there's absolutely nothing.
Yep.
And there'll just be this restaurant in the middle and it's packed.
Yeah.
Absolutely packed. And it's packed because it is incredible. We've got some Michelin star chefs running some of these restaurants. And the quality is incredible. The food's incredible. And
it's not too
the
expensive.
price is really good as well.
Yeah. It just honestly, living here has changed even how I look at life and how I...
Yeah.
There's a misconception, actually, I feel, of like the way Spain is and Spanish people. And
there's lots. I mean, we could do a whole podcast on that.
There's so much. But I think the biggest thing for me is like they know how to live. It's not that they're working to live or a living to work. They just know how to live, and
Yeah.
they're doing it the right way.
No,
I mean, people
completely
talk
agree.
about the siestas all the time.
Yes, I mean that's the misconception. Siesta time.
Yeah.
Spanish don't have siestas.
No.
They do in the summer because it is too hot to go out, and they literally close all the curtains, close all the shutters, fans on. They don't really put the aircon on. They put fans on, and they rest. And from 2 till 4, that is their time. That is their siesta time. But it's not siesta. They don't necessarily have a nap.
But it's good because people who work, even if they don't have a siesta and they don't rest, it's nice because the town just
Yeah.
switches off for 2 hours. Everything's closed. So you kind of have to do nothing.
You you have to adapt to the lifestyle. Definitely have to adapt to the lifestyle here. And I think a lot of people, that is a big misconception. It's not when you come here, it's just going to be holiday season and stuff like that. You got to adapt. You got to change your lifestyle and everything. And obviously, we're talking about if people are moving here full time.
Of course.
You know, it's just different lifestyles, completely different. Now, with these podcasts, I want to be trying to do at least a question of the day that you guys might ask in the comments on a previous video or a previous podcast, and any tips and tricks as well that we want to share with you guys. We want to give you guys some stories, and that's basically what we want to do with these podcasts. So we're going to do one question of the day today, which is going to be, is it still easy to buy in Spain? Not necessarily move to Spain.
That's another podcast.
That's another podcast, definitely, because moving and buying
Yeah.
are two completely different things. But is it still easy to buy a property here in Spain? Obviously, we're Coffee with Keystyle. We're going to talk about real estate. Your thoughts?
I think it is definitely still easy to buy. When comparing it to moving, very, very different, but buying in general is easy. One of the scariest things, I think, when someone is buying a property is they don't know the ins and outs of the paperwork. They don't know how to go about, what's the process, what do you go through. So how do we deal with that?
I agree. So basically, when it comes to trying to find the right property, I think there needs to be some sort of checklist in place. And you should have a checklist such as searching the area as number one. Search the area that you want to be, do some holiday lets, maybe go on some Airbnb breaks, like weekend breaks and stuff like that. That's definitely something that you should start doing. And then once you find the area that you like, start asking local agents in that area and doing research online. You're not necessarily going to find the ideal property straight away, but you never know. As soon as you start talking with some of the local agents, they might have something in the works and, things like that. As soon as you've found the right property, it's making an offer and then getting your paperwork. Now, the paperwork, it seems scary, definitely, but it's one thing that you can still do fairly easy. And if you want the easiest option, you get a lawyer who's got power of attorney.
Definitely. And in the area that you are buying.
Lawyers from different regions might not know the laws in that region.
Yeah.
And we've had that a couple of times with
Because I didn't know that when I was buying. I
Yeah.
did not know that there was different laws, different
regions,
taxes,
and
everything.
technically they should know all of this, but we've had it a few times where a lawyer from out of the region of Murcia has not understood some of the laws and paperwork that is needed when purchasing or selling the property. So
It doesn't necessarily make it difficult, but it slows the process a lot.
it's like a little speed bump.
Yeah.
That's the main thing. So having a lawyer with a good understanding of the region, that's going to be the most important thing. And if you give them power of attorney, that's going to make everything a lot easier, because you need to get your NIE number, and that's your number to get everything done.
Yep.
So to get your bank account opened up, to get your padron sorted if you're moving here full time, to set up utilities as well, all of this revolves around your NIE number. And if your lawyer has it from the start and is able to obtain it from the start, you don't have to do your 3 or 4 different trips to come over when purchasing your property. So that's one thing that I would definitely suggest. And then after that, it's just the little nitty gritty bits of when you first buy a property. And it's, again, completely different from resale and new build as well.
Yep.
And that's, again, another thing that we'll probably go into with a different podcast, and differences between resale and new builds.
Yeah, definitely. That's a big topic nowadays because new builds have become a lot more popular.
Yeah.
But I don't think people fully understand what consists of buying a new build compared to a resale.
Correct. Definitely correct. But there we go. This is going to be a nice short introduction to Coffee with Keystyle, and we're going to be doing this every single week. So if you guys have got some questions that are unanswered and you want some information about moving to Spain, buying in Spain, or just Spain in general, leave a comment.
Yeah. Put
And
it down below.
We'll try to write and reply to a lot of them, but we'll take a lot of these comments and we'll put them into another show. Sounds good.
I like it.
Right. Well, welcome to Coffee with Keystyle. Thank you for tuning in. I'm excited about this show.
Yeah, it's going to be fun.
It's going to be very fun.